Let's look at dogs as an example. The block at the bottom of the diagram represents the original wolf or dog kind, probably on the family level of today's classification. The upper row represents today's species or genera, which don't naturally breed with each other anymore because of different behavioral patterns or because they live in different regional areas. But strictly speaking, reproduction is still possible between these species since all of their genetic information comes from the same original wolf or dog kind. Today, there are more than 200 types of dogs. This includes the wolves, foxes, jackals, and prairie wolves, together with domestic dogs such as Great Danes and miniature Doberman Pinschers. These all originate from one original dog or wolf kind. And interestingly, researchers recognize that most of the more than 400 breeds of domestic dogs we have today have only arisen in the last 200 years. God created the original created kinds with enough genetic variation to enable them to adapt to the various environmental challenges after the flood. The more variety there was in the original kind's gene pool, in other words, the fuller the toolbox, the greater variety of the same kind eventually emerged. And this explains how the large variety of species today were formed. We call that speciation. But the descendants of fish are still fish, frogs are still frogs, apes are still apes, and humans are still humans, although there are a large variety within each kind. Many people look at the great variety of species today and then they wonder how such a large variety of animals could possibly have fitted into the ark. However, you should now understand that today's species varieties are simply later variations of the original created kinds according to the family level of today's classification that were in Noah's Ark. It should also be clear that the age-old argument about the space problem in the Ark would end if people would stop giving each single animal 5 different names and then attempt to make it a problem for Noah.